Alrighty, welcome back. What happened last time?
A bunch of stuff.
Yes.
Cool.
I want some
Well,
experience, so I'll do it. Alright, guys. This is gonna be real bad, so get ready. This is all I remember right now. Until someone jogs my memory. I think... Oh, yeah. So, somebody attacked Sorkoven, and then... Y'all can help if you want. And then I, tried to go after them, and I think I waited for y'all or something. And then... No, I didn't wait. And then I followed them. Oh no, I went into a room or something. I saw some rando scientist, and the like biologist or something, and they were like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "What are you doing?" And then they were like, "Oh." And then somebody came in, the boss, the supervisor, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they were like, "Oh, we didn't expect you to arrive by before. You're early." And I was like, pretending to be my brother. And then I inspected some shit that I didn't know what was going on. And then I left, and I think we were like running away. But we still had the mission to do, so we couldn't run away, even though we needed to run away because they're on our tail. But they also, I think they think I came with an entourage, so that might be okay. I don't know. And then we went to this room, we went down the stairs, and because we're trying to finish the mission, and then we saw these three randos in jail, and the genie guy was like, "Oh, save me," and we were like, no, because he's crazy or something. Oh, he's like torturing the Asimar or whatever that is, fish person, for fun or something. They're just really weird. They're like weird. So I think we should just leave them. Oh, and then Liam and I collapsed a freaking. Oh yeah, because there was. Oh, because they were funneling the arcane juice to the place I used to live, Astaria. My dad was doing that, and they were helping. It's an inside job. And my brother was here to inspect it, or was coming, so he would probably be here another day or something. Wow. And then, okay, so Liam and I collapsed the juice pipes, which Chris said would knock it out or whatever. So we did that, and now we're back in the prison room.
some of you are.
I don't know why we're split up though. So that was my first recap ever, and probably my last. You're welcome. I hope I
Chris,
leveled up.
Chris, you got all that? Any questions?
I will say just a bit of a correction. We didn't collapse the pillars yet because I think I plan to put my spear in like the final pillar so that I could summon it back whenever we were a good bit away. That way they wouldn't suspect us because we wouldn't be anywhere near.
Yep.
I thought we. Oh, okay, all right.
We were going to, but someone BRB'd.
So, at what point did we stop being in an underwater temple and start being in some sort of crazy lab with other people. Last I remember, we were
We're still
we
there.
saw one other.
It's
I
a
know,
big place.
but I
Oh,
gathered.
they need the
Scanning
water.
the door, Zed boy.
It's because they need the water. They need this type of water to do
Give
what
'em a
they're
girl
doing in
bathwater,
Astaria.
perhaps?
I can't remember. Chris could
Uh,
fill us in.
Sure. So on the lower floor, which you're currently not at, but Takara has been to, where Kor and Lilavati are, there's a room with two portals that both lead to the Ceaseless Sea, which is my name for the plane of elemental water. Um, Water comes from those portals upward through a series of pipes, but the people that seem to be working for Lov's family set up this or jury rig some stuff onto those pipes so that the water is, instead of being directed upward to who knows what, it's being directed into a portal that's sending the water to Astaria, the nation that Love is from. Uh, and so Love
No.
has, and they thought that Love was his brother Castor, who is supposed to come here in about a week to do an inspection. Um, and they're surprised he was early, and so they went down to where the portals are, Core and Love, and set up the pillars to collapse. There are also some other individuals there, one of whom promised a wish. It would only require killing a friend. I believe we talked a little bit about that.
That's all it would require. That's it. Just no big deal.
But all right, so
We talked about it a lot, actually.
yeah.
That part I knew because I got a message about it.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
So you have Corey, you have your spear jabbed into the last remaining pillar, um, and with a simple command, you're confident that it will cause that pillar to collapse and this bring the ceiling down with it. The two of you are standing in the prison room with the open doorway leading into the portal room. What would you like to do?
All right, Love. I have it all set up to where as soon as we are ready, I can summon my spear back and the pillars will collapse. I recommend getting a good bit far away from here. That way they won't suspect us of being the ones behind it.
All right, do it.
Well, let's leave first.
Okay, I didn't catch half of what you said because I was texting, but
It's okay, we're underwater. It's kind of hard to hear.
yes, of course.
And I'm going to make my way back up to join the others.
All right, I will send the two of you over there. So if you go back to where it says Catacombs 2.
Boop.
So wait, what are we waiting for?
Basically, for us to leave the area so they don't think that we're behind it.
Why didn't we blow it up though?
Well, we're going to. I
When?
just need to. Just when we are away, because.
How are we gonna blow it up if we're not there?
No. We set up the room to where once I summon my spear, that one pillar will cause a chain reaction that will collapse the other pillars and thus the entire room.
All right, I'm just gonna let you do it because I see Chris and Kevin face palming as if I know what the hell you're talking about. So I'm just gonna pretend like I do.
This is the third
Let's go.
time he's said it, young Joseph.
That doesn't mean He said it the same exact way. I just don't understand. It's fine. I'll just do
But
it.
like you know how dominoes
Doesn't matter.
work?
It doesn't
It's
matter.
like I'm gonna knock over that first
I know,
domino.
but how are you gonna do it if you're not in the room?
The one of the features that my particular fighter gets, if I'm bonded to a weapon,
Oh.
I can summon it at will as long as it's on the same plane as me.
Okay.
So I have it wedged so that when it go
Oh, it's
bye bye,
wedged. It's
yeah, it's
wedged.
wedged into the pillar, so that when it go bye bye, that pillar going to collapse.
When it go bye bye.
Did I
When it go
mention
bye bye.
did I mention that the
It
pillar is actually a
collapses.
candle? Ignore me. Never
Oh, then we're screwed if it's a candle. There's nothing we can do.
Thank you for
Wait,
explaining
wait, wait, wait.
it
Hold
to
on a
me
second. Is the
like I'm
flame
5.
blue?
You haven't seen it. You're not sure?
Ah, shit.
Never
Answer
mind.
the question, Christopher.
So the three of you see Lava and Core descend the stairs, and now you're all back in this laboratory chamber. What do you do?
I don't see my. I'm supposed to be in catacombs too. See,
Yeah.
it says I don't own a token in the scene.
Hold on. Let me try refreshing your token.
Don't you have to change its ownership because you gave
Thank
it
you.
to me or something?
Maybe. All right, there y'all go. Cool.
There we go.
Good thinking. Cool. All right. All right. This is Joe. What are we doing? I know. We're trying to find the fish monster, right? To kill it or something, right? We're still looking for that. Is that what we're doing? Okay. And we have no clue where we're going, right?
Still just trying to explore.
Okay.
Ideally going downwards.
So we gotta go this way. We haven't gone here yet.
Not yet.
All right.
Okay. Wait, which way did we point to?
We were also kind of looking for that person, right? Or no? The person who
Well,
attacked Sorkoven.
I mean,
Didn't they
that's
go
up
in
to
this
you.
room?
They disappeared from sight. I thought we lost track of them. They went into the room that we're currently in.
Right. Okay.
That's
So-
the room that I originated from. I left with her into this hallway. And this hallway is where she stabbed me, and then she retreated back into that same room. And then
Right.
by the time we got there, she was gone.
Right. So she could potentially be down here, maybe.
Yeah, well, we don't know how interconnected everything is, so I
Right.
mean, theoretically, she could be in.
Yeah. It appears as though this is the only route forward. We'd like to lead the way.
Not I. I need to stay in the back. Make sure I pick up on everything that's going down.
I could go on ahead if no one else wishes.
All right, so Core's heading down first. Um, everyone follow suit.
I would follow.
I would
Yes.
try to be as close to the back as possible,
All right.
making note of Core's bravery.
I'll be in the middle of the pack.
I'll be behind Lullabati.
Alrighty. So as you descend, um, check one thing. Okay. The staircase heads down and begins to kind of spiral as it opens up into a larger room as the spiral kind of staircase is descending into the center of this room. Um, Core, you kind of peek downward as you pass the ceiling of this room, and again, like the other staircase, it's flooded, so eventually you begin kind of swimming down. Um, but this large room is full of all sorts of different aquatic plants growing in different places. Um, and you see a couple doors on the side, and some faint movement between some of the plants. And you see stepping out from between a few of the plants a human woman. And she's carrying just a big basket full of plants. Or I said stepping. She's actually kind of like swimming through the water. Yeah,
There's
the rest
two
of you
of them?
kind of yeah, and then you spot another woman moving on the other side.
Are they like weary of us? Do they seem like they're
They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Oh. I try to just observe them for a little while, see if I can figure out what they're doing.
So as they walk among the plants, you see them scattering something like on the ground on among the plants, and one of them is humming to herself. And you notice she like gently kind of pets some of the fronds and like rubs her head against them in a very kind of affectionate manner as she's like walking around or swimming around.
Do there appear to be? I mean, I guess I see them. I guess, like, but I mean, they're visible. Those the exits over here.
Yeah, you see two doors on that wall.
I'm just gonna start walking. I'm just gonna walk over there.
As you kind of step out onto this walkway, I'll hold you back
Sure.
from there. The woman kind of spots you and steps forward and says, "Oh, hello there. Um, what brings you to this place?"
Making the rounds,
I'm sorry.
making sure everything's going according to plan. My apologies, Castro Castive, and this is my entourage here. Just making sure everything's going. If you don't mind, I'm just trying to make my way elsewhere.
All right. Well, Castor, you probably want to, and she points towards the store. Uh, head over that way. There's some things that might interest you.
Oh. Can I gauge if she's leading me to my death?
Make an insight check.
Can I hear this conversation?
Yeah, everyone can.
Okay.
Please,
I
please.
would like to
Someone else do it.
also see how I feel about this woman.
Nice. Solid.
Nice. You still got higher total than off.
Excellent. Of course.
No, she seems just kind of pleased to see you here, and point you in that direction.
I sort of pick up on Castor's lead here, but being that I don't really get any bad vibes, I still don't trust her for some reason. So I kind of puff up my chest and say, "There better be nothing fishy going around here. We're Castor's mercenary group and team of elite assassins, the secret swords of Eochora." And then magnanimously I walk past her.
Make a intimidation check. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention is that you notice on the um, bright lights, uh, there's several kind of floating yellow orbs near the ceiling that are just kind of floating there and emitting like a bright light that illuminate the chamber.
Do I know anything about the plant life down here?
Make a nature check.
Would like to treat that as a 13.
Sure. What specifically are you trying to find out?
Um, Based on the information we've gotten about the thing we're looking for, uh, would any of this be like semi-adjacent to that type of plant life, or is it more natural to like underwater plant life?
Um, one sec. We're gonna jump to Whisper Whisper. Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, so a majority of the plants here seem natural to just underwater plants in this area. Kind of what you would expect, but it's definitely, this place seems to have been sort of like a nursery that's since overgrown. However, you do spot several plants here that seem a little bit out of place, but familiar. And then thinking on it, you realize you saw very similar plants at Amba's home
Like the stuff she had around her house.
and inside. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
It's not like it was the whatever that stuff we have on hand. The what is it? That was really
Oh, that. You do see some of that growing in a few patches. Um, in
but
addition,
they're basically kind of just more exotic as opposed to like alien pod plant things.
yeah, I mean, so you got some descriptions of the pod plant, but since you haven't actually seen anything like that yourself, you're not 100% sure. Nothing matches that description.
Hmm.
Um, there are definitely plants here you don't recognize, but not so alien that they stand out in that sense.
I don't know if this is covered by the check, but are the women are they just like affectionate towards all the plants, or is there some specific they're doing?
Um, I'd say you didn't really pick up on that
Okay, that's fine.
in one way or the other. All right.
Yep.
Hey. Um,
Hello.
all right. So what are y'all doing? Oh, sorry, you made the intimidation check. She says, "Oh, you might not want to bring weapons in there. You might startle the people in there."
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, they've been dealing with some dangerous things. They're a little on edge, that's all.
Excuse me, woman, but I don't appreciate you speaking in riddles. Explain to me exactly who's on the other side of that door, and why exactly I need to conceal my weapons.
Roll a persuasion.
Can I use my actor feat since I'm trying to, like, pretend I'm somebody else? Or does
Um,
that not apply?
I feel like that's when you're trying to pretend to be someone specific. Like,
Is it?
well, sorry, did you mention to her like your name or something like that? I guess the whole thing about assassins.
No, it just says
Yeah, yeah,
when
okay.
trying to pass yourself off as a different person.
Right, you're trying to pass yourself off as members of Castor's entourage, which you're technically not, and sort of, and so yeah, I think that applies here.
I'm not trying to twist your arm. I'm just kind
Yeah,
of. I don't know where the line's drawn on that.
right. And it's definitely a little blurry there, but I think this circumstance will count.
Okay, and you said persuasion.
Yes.
Okay. So that wouldn't apply here anyway.
Oh, okay, it's only for deception.
And performance, actually.
Gotcha.
That's fine. Because I got a nat 20.
Okay. Um, she says, "Why, the mighty dominant Svath Talk believes that weaponry is not something that is worth bringing into the perfect world that he is trying to build. And so, if you want to earn his favor, I suggest you leave it in here."
Understood.
Okay, did I miss like a very important sentence?
Yes.
Because I have no clue what the hell is going on right now.
What
Um,
was the last thing you heard?
I mean, before the whisper.
Oh. So you heard me
Yeah.
kind of jump in on your little lie train?
Yeah.
Okay. I tried to intimidate her. I was
Right.
successful.
Okay.
She basically told us not to bring our weapons into that door that you seem to be heading towards. I asked why. She gave me an answer that was didn't satisfy me. So then I asked why again and more sternly. And then I rolled persuasion. I got the net 20. And she basically told us that the thing we're trying to kill is through that door, but that we shouldn't bring our weapons in there because it's trying to create a perfect world. And he doesn't jive with that, with the whole weapon concept.
It's in that door. That one.
That's what she said. Yes.
Well, what's in the other door?
We don't know.
I'm asking the lady.
um, she says, "Oh, that way are some terrible monsters. They've been trying to come and attack us, but we've managed to uh, hold them back for now with the mighty
What sort
dominance
of
as hell."
the mighty
This is
dominance?
this is Dakara. This is Dakara's stink eye trying to figure out if she's telling the truth.
Roll insight. Or Takara's next time.
I'm also trying to figure out if she is.
Okay. Core can roll as well, but only two people get to roll for the same thing.
Thing that tries to destroy thing we're also trying to destroy is
The
Our
enemy of
friend.
my enemy is my friend?
That's right.
maybe.
Question mark?
Um, Takara, you definitely get a sense of legitimate fear from her when she describes that.
Then, for the first time, Takara steps forward. Well, then perhaps, as skilled mercenaries that we are, we could go in there with our weapons and maybe try to take care of this for you.
Oh, the mighty dominance would be most grateful for your aid.
What sort of monsters are we talking about?
They're humanoid, arms and legs, but covered in scales, long tails with fins all over. Um, kind of
Like
strange
that,
fish people.
like that sort of creature we encountered.
You've met them before?
Isn't there one locked up here?
Um, not sure what you're talking about.
Guess you don't have the same sort of access that I've been given.
She just shrugs.
Never you mind.
I try to look. I try to position myself such that I'm looking in Castor's eyes,
Hmm.
like directly without anybody else seeing, and I'm sort of trying to give him the hint, like, "Hey, I need to tell you something."
What do you need to tell me? You can reply to this message.
I kind of walk off a little bit, pretend like I'm looking around.
Can
Some
he? Can he
vegetation.
do it in my mind though?
I mean, if you
'Cause-
cast a message to him, he can respond to that message. Yeah.
yeah. So you can reply in my mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the spell that I just cast. I just cast message.
Well, you know what? I do it anyway. I take in the scenery. And I tell you, I don't know why, but I just have a hunch that the people you spoke to on the upper floor are a completely different faction than the people here concerning.
Are completely different.
Oh,
Are completely different is where that ended.
This one doesn't have a sentence limit or a word limit.
Oh, I thought this was. Oh, I'm sorry.
oh, okay. So I'm good. I'm cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll just
My
cast.
bad.
I can just cast it again. I mean,
That's basically what I say. I'm basically saying, like, I feel like she doesn't know about the fish people because they're not in cahoots. But that's just a hunch.
that could be. You're probably right. Allow me to speak with the others. Levelati. Which door do you advise? You can reply to this message.
We may want to investigate those monsters they were talking about.
Core. Levelati thinks we should investigate the monsters. You can reply to this message. What do you want to do?
I agree. At the worst, we just take care of the monsters and gain their trust. At best, we could potentially be getting an ally against the mighty dominants.
Takara. Everyone seems to think, I haven't spoken to Sokovan about this, that we should go fight the monsters. What say you? Go reply to this message.
In my very original response, I will say I agree. At the worst, we take care of the monsters and gain their trust. At best, we gain an ally against the mighty dominants.
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
You have killed my father. Prepare to die.
Are you doing Trump Montoya? What are you doing? You've
I'm
killed.
praying to the God I will send. I'm praying to the God I will send you to. Deserve to die.
Sokovan, everyone seems here to think that we should go there to attack the monsters. What say you?
Owen said the word attack.
That does sound interesting.
Walk over to the door. Before I do, I turn and I say, "Thank you for your guidance. We will take care of this problem for you."
Excellent. I'll let the Mighty Dominants know that.
Oh, do you have any assistance that you can offer to us? Medicinal herbs, potions of healing.
Oh, I mean, if you'd like to come meet the Dominants, he can provide you with many boons.
A balloon just like attacks Joe.
It's not
It's like, what's happening? Dominant? No, actually, I'd like to take care of this problem before we meet the dominants again. You understand, of course. Excuse me, madam, you're in the way. And I kind of pull her back behind me.
Very well.
Step past Sorkov and
Core,
to the door.
Takara, y'all hanging out over there or coming in closer?
I'll follow suit. I'll head over there.
Cool.
What you gonna do?
I will follow.
What plants are you cultivating here, madam?
Oh, all sorts of beautiful varieties.
Are they of use?
Um, what are you talking about? Plants don't need to be useful to be wonderful.
I didn't ask that. I asked if they have any uses.
They bring pleasure to all those who witness their majesty. That's quite useful.
God. Let's go.
Uh,
Okay.
Takara. So, sorry, Takara, are you staying there or coming closer? Just want to make sure
Oh,
you're
sorry, I wasn't moving.
okay.
I will go.
So as you
Before we go in, I'd like to ask DM a question.
okay.
Is what she is describing, this fish person, does that resemble the prisoner?
Um, I mean, there were three different prisoners.
The one that was uh, being tortured?
She mentioned
Or
a
any of them?
tail. None of them
It was
had tails. I mean, one of them had like a bunch of tentacles for legs, but you don't think that would be called a tail. And she did mention a tail.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe using that a little bit and mostly what she described,
Mhm.
if possible. I'd like to, if possible, I don't know if there are limitations that, with a limitation to the spell, but I'd like to cast Disguise Self to make myself look like that.
Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Shit. Oh, not so bad.
Cool. So thinking about it, you remember and thinking back to the conversation you had probably like 20 minutes ago with Emma and Heldenoshi. Um, you recall that Heldenoshi mentioned some creatures called Sahuagin that were working for them and trying to deal with other problems like exploring this place. And you've heard of Sahuagin before, and they match the description that the woman gave you. So you've seen them in books and such in your studies. So if you would like to make yourself look like one of those, you can.
Is the lady looking at me? I'd like to do it when she's not looking.
Um, she heads back over this way, but then you notice this other lady over here is just watching you, just standing there.
Okay. I'll do it anyway. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Um, a second. So you all see as Lav's appearance magically changes as he casts a spell, and he looks like that.
Sexy.
All right. All right. What do y'all do?
So shall we go?
Let's go.
I did not like
I'm supposed to be the one going in first. Fine.
that. You're the one that's a fish.
All right. So you open up the door. This small flooded room is lined with wood that has mostly rotten to pieces, revealing stonework beneath. Pots of mud, broken farming equipment, and long dead seeds fill about half the space, leaving just enough room for three fish-like humanoids standing in conversation. The tallest of the three wears thick-scaled armor and carries a massive piece of coral shaped like a dangerous-looking great club. He turns towards you and um, one sec. Turns towards you and says, "Poye Sisal!"
And I nod vehemently. Ah! And I raise a dagger in the air. I'm holding it backwards.
So he grabs the club from his um, and grabs the club from his belt, takes a step towards you, and says, "I see, Miton Riha."
I shake my head. Ah! And I motion for him to follow me. And I take a step back. I don't know what I'm doing.
And he says, "Toite Poye Sisal."
I don't fucking speak what language you're speaking, dude. Can you not get that through your skull? Like, come on. Come on.
So you take a step back.
Top-notch disguise.
I don't know the language, man.
Oh, wait.
Do I? I don't speak his language, I guess.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, I think I had to pick a different rune, correct?
Yeah, when you cast Disguise Self.
See. Okay.
Takes a step forward.
You said intelligence?
Yeah.
Just intelligence? Okay.
Yep. Or I guess history.
Alright.
You determine that the Sahuagin is speaking in Sahuagin.
Great. I just step out and I'm motioning him to follow me. Whatever.
So he steps through the door and sees the rest of the party. And then says, "What is going on here? Who are you?"
Are you kidding me? He pulled a Jackie Chan.
And the woman over here points towards him and says, "That's the monster! Kill it!"
We are taking care of it. Here, my friend, why don't we go back into this room so we can do this in private, away from the people that told us to go kill this thing?
"Tell me who you are first," said the Sahuagin. "Who are you working for?"
Okay, I guess I will do this then. I'll just do it. We are, and Takara like looks behind her and sees if the two women are still looking. We are allies of the mighty dominants, but we would like to negotiate with you into this room here. And you cannot give me the crossy no symbol, Joseph. You have fucked this up beyond belief already. You are banned from the no symbol.
Make a
I
persuasion
hereby
check.
banish you.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
God.
Chris's face.
I know. Have fun with that, bro.
You're not like the other podlings. Maybe we could figure something out. And he steps back into the room.
Yes. Good. So Colvin, you come. The rest of you stay.
Why me?
And
But I don't disagree.
it's just one little room, right?
Yes. And at the back of the room, there's a ladder going up.
Yeah. Sorry, my there's a lot of things happening outside my window right now. I'm a little distracted. All right.
Alright, as y'all are heading inside, he turns towards you again, Love, and says, Tise kane na dolepsis graafto teteras.
I'm gonna try to look like I'm like stupid, like I'm not capable of forming words, but I'm there, like I'm battle ready, kind of. I'm here to help. I'm gonna let a little drool come out.
Okay. And he turns to one of the other Sahuagin and says, Prapai na inai kaito apa. So you head inside.
And shut the door.
Mm-hmm. So they all have their weapons drawn, but like at their side. And he turns to you and says, What is it that you desire?
If you can hear the truck outside my window right now, I apologize.
You'll have to apologize.
First of all,
friend. As I motion to the semi-lucid Sahuagin in the corner, who's actually Joe. I mean, Castor. Who's actually Love.
Fine. Thank you.
you know, he or she, we don't actually know because it cannot communicate. It was born just unable, unfortunately. So, you know, he or she does the best that they can, and you know, quite proud actually of them. Anyway, I will be straight with you. And Takara has no weapons drawn, by the way.
Okay.
We are not allies of the mighty dominance. We are, in fact, going to kill it. But so far, we have deceived the people in this room behind us. And we would love if you would help us accomplish this.
Make a persuasion check.
You betcha. Shit.
First you say one thing, then another. How can I trust you? Prove your trust. And we might and then we will accept your aid in eliminating this threat.
Well, I only said that because they could hear us. But
Do you really think we would have gone through all this effort to deceive you in this way?
Sarkova, make a persuasion check. You certainly act more intelligent than the podlings we have encountered. Besides this one, and points at Love.
I'm just like hitting myself against the wall. I'm like,
Where did you find him?
we were just walking one day down the stream, and there they were, and so we thought this poor thing, it can barely even breathe, so we took it in and kind of raised it really to be what you see today, and much progress, to be fair.
It was not as enthusiastic in the beginning.
I think they are very excited to see people like you, members of their own species, perhaps.
They probably washed up on the shore of that stream. I mean, do y'all recognize him?
is this a table? I'm
Yes.
gonna like start doing the worm on the table.
He says, the stupid one is not of our tribe, and therefore we do not care for his well-being.
All right, I just get up and I'm gonna open the door and walk out.
Tell me, if you're not of followers of the dominance, then why have you come here?
To kill it.
To slay it.
Were you hired by the Castives? And as he says the name, he like spits onto the ground.
No, we are merely adventurers who wish to rid the village of that plague.
Oh, so you come from the homes of the landwalkers near the edge of the lake.
Well, to be fair, we do not come from that specific village, but we are landwalkers, obviously.
Obviously. Well, we will happily assist you in fighting this creature if you can do one thing for us. There is something precious to us that the Castives have. Well, not the Castives specifically, but one working for them. A creature known as a Hydraloth that is in their employ. This Hydraloth is named Heldenoshi, and around her neck is a blue gem. Find that gem, get that gem, and either crush it or take it away from her. Show us proof of this, and we will help you. But speak of this quest to any of the Castives or their servants, and we will murder you.
Why do you hate the
Well,
Castives?
that was my question.
Let me check one thing. My mate, Riha, has something that is valuable to our tribe. But that gem is a source of enchantment placed upon the scale. As long as Heldenoshi has that gem, the scale is under her control, and we must serve her, else she take it from us.
What are you all doing here?
The Castives hired Hildenoshi because she has both powerful magic as well as control over what remains of our tribe. She has commanded us to explore this place, clear out what dangers we find so that the Castives might repurpose it for whatever strange needs they have. As long as she has that gem, we must obey her commands. Though we do not care for this place and wish to return to our ancestral home in the ocean.
So you are being put to work against your will.
You are correct. And destroying that gem will give us our freedom.
Well, let me just say that I don't like this one bit. The fact that you are slaves, essentially, and not in control of your own destiny. And on behalf of all landwalkers, I would like to assure you that not all of us are the same. I will do my best, with the help of my allies, to destroy this gem. And I will return here with Turkara as my bodyguard to ensure that your end of the bargain is met. Turkara, anything from you?
Uh, so, real quick, Sir Coven, can you make a Arcana check for me?
Sure. I sure can. $11.
I sent you a message. Uh, but he nods and says, "This is agreeable to us. But if you encounter the Castives, do not let them know that we are plotting against them for our freedom."
How many of you are, well, how many allies do you have?
Besides the three of us, um, one sec. Reedra and Kyoshi um, are in another chamber on the upper floor. They
Can you
are
describe what they look like?
um, they are Sahuagin like us. Uh, Reedra carries a large staff as she is a. Let me check one thing. She is a priestess of Sekula.
I'm getting the hunch that these are the two creatures that we killed in that bedroom like area adjacent to the two bathrooms.
Make an intelligence check for me. Or let's say investigation. Um, I mean, he mentioned a staff, and neither of those creatures is carrying a staff, and they looked more like creatures that had once been humans or human-like, or like elf or dwarf or something like that, but transformed into that form. Whereas Sahuagin seemed like they are who they are.
Understood. I ask this person that I've been talking to this whole time, this Sahuagin. We encountered some strange creatures on the upper floors. They looked like reanimated landwalkers, but they were monstrous in appearance, and they attacked us, I think, on sight. Do you know anything about these creatures?
This place is strong in oceanic magic. When we first arrived, there were landwalkers, corrupted like you so described, who attacked us as well, and we defeated them in several of the chambers that we were forced to clear out for the castives as they began setting up their operations. Other than a combat encounter with them, which you seem to have already had, we know little.
Is there anything you can tell either me or Takara about Heldenoshi and what we could expect?
Well, she is a Yugoloth, not of this world, and so her powers are immense. Though her form is small and ugly, do not underestimate her based on her appearance. She can manipulate the mind, create illusions, and fight magic with her own. She is a fearsome combatant and has a deadly intelligence.
And do you know where we might find her?
She is watching over the uh, pipe chambers that where most of the experiments and magic are set up. They do not let us in there often, but this ladder that he gestures towards will lead up into the chambers where the castives are. Somewhere in there you will find her.
Well, we will need to discuss this with the rest of our troop, but I assure you none of us are agreeable to your situation, and we will help you how we can. Now, in order for us to convince those outside that we are allies, we told them that we would murder you, when in fact we aren't, obviously. So be scarce to them. Do not attempt to leave this room, or any further, rather, until we have returned, so that we can still have free roam to carry this out.
Very well.
So, Sir Corvin, if you are agreeable, I say we tell them in this previous room of the news and regroup and decide our next move.
Very well. Thank you for thinking of me in this task.
Well,
And I need hope. I try to.
I would have dropped my form as I came out.
Okay.
FYI. And I didn't hear what the creature said about, any of that. So
I try to tell our party of what I have learned, and
Well-
make it clear that we have.
well, no.
Oh.
No. Not yet. There's they're in there still.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
trying to ignore them. I'm not ignore them. I'm trying to not have them privy to
Well,
our
as you kind
conversation.
of walk through, she walks up to you and says, "What happened? Have the monsters been dealt with?"
Well, you see,
They will no longer be.
Zerkara.
Excuse me. Sokovin and I are very excited about the news. Um, they will no longer be threatening you.
Oh, good. So would you like to meet the mighty dominants now? He should hear of
We,
your good deed.
we would like to tell him, but first we need to gather our resources to give him a proper presentation of our goodwill to him. So here's what I suggest. Please, there may be more of them, so I would suggest not going in this room for a while.
Yes, we intend to give the great mighty dominance tribute. We just need to gather it first.
Oh, he does not require anything of the sort. Please, he is eager to meet you.
That may be, but we are the culture that requires when we meet someone we respect to present a show of goodwill.
Oh,
So please, we would
don't
like to honor our culture.
don't worry about your culture. Once his power is complete, there will only be one culture, a perfect one.
You deign to speak for the mighty dominant itself,
What are you implying?
implying that you are assuming. The words escape me. um, do you claim to be herald of the mighty dominant?
Um, she says, I have accepted his grace,
As have
and
we.
she tilts her head and says, no, you haven't. And she says,
Why else would we be
he,
bringing tribute?
because you seek his grace, but tribute is not required nor expected.
What if we bring you in as tribute?
I don't understand.
That was that was a
Wait, he's just beyond this door.
Lilvati. Anything to offer here besides your hand lotions?
Perhaps less words better here, Love?
Sure. Let's just walk away then.
Seem to be handy at digging your own grave. I suggest you don't dig the rest of ours as well.
Is that the only way out of here? The stairs?
And the two doors. That's all you can see.
Okay. I just want to get to some privacy. I feel a little like overwhelmed with everything, so I'm not really caring what anyone else is doing, and I'm just gonna walk back from whence I came to the stairs.
What's everyone else doing?
I'll follow.
Uh,
And as I go,
I'm gonna swim up to the stairs.
I forget. As I go, I say, "We will be back. I promise."
Did we close that door behind us?
I assume you
Yes,
did.
Okay.
I absolutely would have done that.
Oh, she's just letting us go. Cool.
I mean, as you start heading that way, she's like, please, but like doesn't make any move to follow you.
She's like, please, outstretched her hands and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, and this might just be our insight check from earlier, but like, does she truly believe that she's helping us by trying to introduce us to the mighty dominance?
Make another insight check. I'd say that's accurate
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
All right. And does this remind me of Amba?
With that insight roll, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Very well.
Um, Cora, you heading up as well?
Yeah, as I'm heading up, I'm just gonna turn to her and say, "Please forgive them. They're not the most friendly of folk. We take our job very seriously, after all." And I follow them up.
She says, well, please come back soon, and I'll head upstairs.
Okay. Now, I try to tell everyone what the Sahu again
Mhm.
told us. And I try to make it clear that, like, at this point, we have a lot of options because we have leverage against every faction here. So, depending on how we want to go about this, you know, we can we can have advantages, but we need to play our cards right.
Takara also chimes in. Um, I think it is important. First, love, you are owed an apology. Sorry for making you act the fool, but I was trying to cover up the reason why you did not understand their language, and it was the only thing that came to my mind.
It seemed to work. Got us out of a sticky situation. Right thing to do.
Kova, can you just explain what you meant by leverage?
Well, we have leverage against the Sahuagin because if we reveal their plot to the Castives, we could gain favor with the Castives and their employees. And that could lead to certain information about their plot or something to that effect. We have leverage against the Mighty Dominants and the Podlings because we can elicit the help of the Sahuagin should we do their quest and destroy the gem on worn by Heldernoshi. However, if we need to be careful about approaching Heldernoshi and destroying the gem because if it is revealed that we were the ones to have done that, then the Castives will know. The Castives and their employees will know our true nature. Although that may have already happened since we've destroyed their.
Still haven't destroyed anything.
Oh, we haven't.
Nope.
Okay. Well.
Cora just needs to snap his fingers and it'll be destroyed. But
Okay. So
that
we
has
have
not
that
happened.
leverage against the Castives. We could potentially defeat Heldernoshi, destroy the gem. Um,
Seems
I
like
don't
most
know.
of our leverage goes towards screwing over the Castives.
Well, yes, that's true. But and we don't want to end up on the side of the mighty dominance. I mean, that's why we came here in the first place, is to rid Kidachra and this lake of its evil, or what at least we've perceived to be evil. So playing them as fools, which it seems we have succeeded in doing thus far, I think is the right posture. But how we handle everyone else, including Yobosul and the other two prisoners whose names I can't remember, Naimar and Iuya.
Yep, spot on.
Um, so I want to help Naimar or Neymar. I want to release him if we can and find that key. And what we decide to do with Yobosul, I'm not entirely sure. But if we can release those creatures, and we truly do not believe that they are of any harm, I would like to do that. And I could see us gaining allies in that way, which I think is important.
This might be something that I missed from last week, but um, love, how do you feel about doing so much damage to the casters?
Damage to my father? Yes. I don't know for sure if my brother and sister are as at will as he is in all this. But I need to make something very clear to each of you. Going against my father will brand you. This is not something that you want. This is a death wish.
I'm not afraid of death, and I'm not afraid of your father. I'm only afraid of missing opportunities.
I want to strike at my father, to answer your question. But I haven't done so openly yet. I don't know if this is the right time. He'll know it's me. And when he knows it's me, I may have to. We can talk about that later, but I'm fine with it. You just need to know the risks. There are many.
You all suddenly hear like a metallic creaking noise from above, and you look up and see that there's a pipe like running over the room, and a part of it opens up, and a figure falls, landing on the ground deathly, as you see Mariella again. And she looks up and says, "Well, seems I might have acted a bit too rashly there. You know, Sharkovan, was it? When you said you were working with the Castives, I didn't realize you were working for a son trying to get back at his family business."
You! And I whip my wand. Is this the one?
I clutch my probably still sore wound, um, and say, "Yes, yes, but let's hear what she has to say."
All right.
You got a quick draw there, love. You know, I've read a lot about you, but it's hard to find information compared to your brother and sister. If you're not working for your father, it sounds like you're working against him, and we might have a goal in common.
I'm listening, but not for long.
Do you know what the employees of your family are doing here?
Something that serves my father's interests.
Sure, that's part of it. In reality, what they're doing is trying to find a way to to grow the trees that they need outside of Sharoner. And if that happens, well, many of your father's problems will be solved. They figured out that the water from the ceaseless sea is a key part of growing those trees. And he's planning on doing a lot of different things with such powerful magic at his disposal. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, and it seems like you are too.
Who do you serve?
Hmm. Well, you seem to have been pretty honest, even if you didn't know I was listening in. I'll give you a tidbit. Your father's a powerful man. Powerful men make lots of enemies. One such enemy is a group known as the Order of the Open Eye, of which I am a member. We have a lot of agents all throughout the world, and we serve the Order in different ways, but our primary objective is to share secrets. Knowledge is something that belongs to everyone, not just the rich and powerful like your father. And when he takes powerful magic, like can be found here, and keeps it for himself, well, that's a problem. Once I can end his operation here, then we'll send teams of researchers to study this place, find out more about what is actually going on here, who built it, and share that knowledge with the world.
What trees did you mention that they need?
I need to find some stuff in my notes real quick. It's not Yoda trees. I can tell you that. There's a name for it, and you would probably recognize it, but I can't remember exactly where I wrote it down.
Red Uccini.
No, it's not that either. I don't think it's
Just
that.
spruce. Just normal spruce trees.
A good
That's all they need. Yeah, good hardy pine.
Is this the Legend of Lefebvre?
Oh my god.
Has this campaign secretly been a Lefebvre origin story?
A myth
Now the real
spanning
question is
across multiple dimensions.
Eochora pre-Adam or post-Adam? That's the real question. You know, is this...
It's both.
Or is
Or
Eochora
neither.
the moon orbiting Adam?
I gotta pee.
Oh,
Oh,
Phenibor. Phenibor trees, I found it.
No trees.
Here, I'll put that in the chat.
Alright, I gotta pee.
Cool.
Just wait.
You guys.
I mean, now's a good time if we all want to take a little 10-minute break. Grab a snack, go to the bathroom, grab some water, whatever. I'll be
Sounds
back
good.
in a bit.
The bathroom is my snack.
Alrighty, so where do we leave off? Um, oh yeah, so Mariella kind of explained who she is, why she's here, who she works for, and seems interested in working together. What do you say to that?
Real quick, Chris, what do I know Fenibor trees from?
Oh yeah, make a nature check. Actually, this would be history, or either one, I suppose. Your
Nature,
call.
please.
Yeah. Well, you'll get different information depending on what role you pick.
Nature, please.
Yep.
What's her name again?
Natural.
Nice.
Okay. Well, no, you're just gonna get all the information now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fenibor trees are a type of tree in Sharoner. They're like normal sized trees. They have kind of greenish blue spiky leaves, and they're relatively rare. Not the most rare type of tree, but like they kind of stand out whenever you spot one. Um, but their most notable quality is that their paper made from their wood is the best quality paper known for making spell scrolls and for spell books and things like that. And so they are highly coveted by lots of other nations. But in Sharoner, you don't cut down trees. So the Sharoner is very protective of them. And other nations usually resort to less quality means of producing spell scrolls and spell books. Although with the natural 20, you come to mind the fact that there is um, or probably Thorim mentioned to you at some point, that the Castive Paper Company, um, of which there is a branch in Utamanu, they have a sort of contract with the Shirin government where they are permitted to collect the fallen branches and logs of Fenibor trees. So the trees that fall naturally. They're not allowed to cut down or kill any trees. And but they can collect fallen logs and branches and use those for paper creation. And yeah,
So their plan is to download the trees.
well, their plan is to grow these trees outside of Sharoner, which has never been done before. And it seems like they need this water to do that from the Ceaseless Sea.
Chris, remind me of her name again.
Here I can put it in the chat for you. It's Mariella Kuda.
Thank you.
Which Love would probably realize that's like an Astarian name.
In the order of the open
Order,
eye.
order to the open eye. I just picked up my cat, and then I thought my watch buzzed because I got a text, and I looked and I didn't. And I realized it's because the cat is purring.
I think our interests align. I don't want to speak for the rest of my companions here, but it appears as though we are of the same aim. So,
All right. Well, I am happy to put my skills to use as they might be needed, as long as our interests align.
believe you owe my friend Sokoven here an apology.
I mean, to be fair, how was I supposed to know there was the black sheep of the Castiff family
You
was
stabbed
pretending?
him.
Yeah, 'cause I thought he was working for your father. You would too if you thought the same.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Cool. Where are we going?
I mean, she did hear, like, the stuff that Sorkoven and Torkar filled us in on, right?
Right.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure.
But we still haven't decided what we're gonna do first.
Hmm.
Can I chime in before the moment passes?
Sure.
Mariella, I think what Love is trying to say, or at least part of what he's trying to say, is you jumped to a very grave conclusion. And moving forward, I suggest you be a little more cautious with who you stab before you stab them.
Um, she takes out this little tiny notebook, uh, and a small quill and just begins writing in it. And as she's writing, she says, "No, you're right. I've definitely learned from this experience, and I've almost missed an opportunity to earn some valuable allies. So, I agree with you."
Very well. All is well.
And she continues writing in her book.
I'm trying to peer and see if I can read anything in it.
Make a perception check.
Yes,
It is like
I
a
would be too, given
sure, both of you. Um,
Damn it.
so yeah, Takara gets a good look. This tiny notebook is about 4 inches square. It doesn't seem to have more than a dozen pages or so in its binding. Um, on the cover is an abstract piece of art depicting swirling waves and symmetrical shapes, and there's a spot for an author's name, but it has been scratched out. As she's writing very quickly, and it seems to be some sort of like a shorthand code. So you'll need to make a intelligence check to decipher it. But before you do that, like she's writing and flipping, and like she fills out the pages pretty quick because of how small they are. And as she flips through the pages, you notice that like I said, there's probably a dozen or so pages in the binding because of how thin it is. But as she flips through it, like the number of pages on either side doesn't seem to change. And she seems to eventually flip through more pages than are in the book.
cool.
Make an intelligence check to see if you can decipher her shorthand. Um,
Yeah.
you only make out a couple of words, just because some of the letters are more obvious than others. Um, I mean, you see love, you see catacombs, you see flooded, and you see Vargoth.
I would also amend to Skorkoven's advice. Perhaps the delicate information that you have learned today is not shared. You know, for parties that might not like what we are doing here.
She kind of narrows her eyes a bit and stops writing, looks up and says, our current mission obviously requires utmost secrecy and finesse. But as I mentioned, my order is dedicated to openness of information. So after I return to the headquarters, I'll be sharing everything that happens here. But not until I'm sure that everything that is done here is taken care of.
Muted. Yeah.
So,
Taylor, if you're talking to us, we can't hear you.
What do you mean by that exactly? Because this ordeal with the castives could last a very long time. I doubt that we will deal with everything in this one water temple at the bottom of the lake.
I mean,
We can't have this getting out to the castives that Lav is here doing what he's doing.
she kind of thinks for a second and says, we wouldn't share information that of such a personal sort that might put someone in danger in such a way as you describe. Um, I'm simply talking about the uh, things that are going on around here, um, creatures that I've seen here, um, and the exact mechanisms that the castives are working on. That's what I'll be reporting on right away.
Sir Coven isn't exactly sure if he likes what he's hearing, but he doesn't say anything.
For someone who claims to be a part of a group, wants to share all knowledge, it's difficult to believe, but appreciate your discretion, your promise of discretion.
We've learned to be careful when we need to be. You see, we're not well liked by pretty much all governments. Um, and so sometimes a little secrecy here and there leads to much greater share of knowledge in the future. And I certainly didn't tell you what I was doing here until I was sure I could trust you. And she looks at Sarkova when she says this.
I personally find this agreeable.
So what are we going to do first?
Well, this destruction that we could inflict on their operations here, we can carry that out whenever it is most beneficial to us. Perhaps that would make for a nice distraction while we go after what we are really after.
Do we know where this person we're looking for is right now?
We have been told where to find her, and then Takara says the thing that we were told.
Where?
That I can't remember all the details of right now.
What were we told?
Oh wait, I do actually remember some of it. The that was their language, but what that means is if we go back to the room that we found those fish people in, up. There's a ladder that goes up, and we were told that we could find some of the operations there.
Is this the person with the necklace that you're referring to?
Is it? I believe so. That's right, Chris. Right?
Yeah.
When I asked them where, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I saw them. I saw that was like the supervisor in here.
That was the strange little creature that was watching over the pipes and the water jets and the portal, that whole apparatus.
In here, though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. There is the woman Emma who walked around with you through different rooms. It's not her. It's the creature that was in that room and didn't leave that room.
And they want us to destroy the necklace or take it.
They want us to destroy the gem around her
And
neck.
do we need to bring proof or just say that we did it? Can we just do it and not?
They asked for proof.
Okay.
So we
Oh,
could
shit.
bring them the shattered gem, or even just they said either destroyed or taken away, right?
I think I remember them saying that.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
the room,
What?
the room you went in earlier, was that a two-story room? Like, could we get up there from the first floor?
Okay. What room are you referring to?
This one.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, so it was like a lower
Again,
floor here.
yeah, like I can't see any of this is all black to
Mhm.
me. I just in this general area.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Love, you had seen a staircase in that room coming into that room
Gotcha.
from the floor above on one part of
Gotcha.
it, and then the section with the big apparatus was like 2 stories worth.
Raised. Gotcha. Yes.
Was the upper floor guarded much in that room?
Chris.
You wouldn't have been able to see. Because so it's sort of like there's two halves to the room, and one half has like a balcony over it, and you were underneath that balcony, Love. So you looked
Mhm.
out into the other half with the 2 story part, but you couldn't see if there was anything in the space directly above you, on the floor above.
I relay that to the group.
So we could poke around a bit on the upper floors. But I'm getting the vibe that we don't want the guns blazing through the front door on this floor for some reason.
They believe
What
that
is
I'm
Matchsticks blazing.
I don't know if
do
we
you
need
mean a candle?
You know what candles well enough to know that I don't mean a candle.
I know I cannot trust them.
Who hurt you?
The candle. Let's call it back, Joe. We had a fight with a candelabra.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. And Takara is both.
Mariella speaks up and says, "Well, I explored the uppermost floor a bit. There was a library and a sort of a trophy room, but I didn't see a way to get to an area above the room that Love is describing. So I'm not too sure, but there's certainly other places up there that I didn't explore."
It may have to do with that painting. That might be another way into that side of the temple on that floor. Takara, are you willing to brave your wits against yet another puzzle?
There are no puzzles, only walls to break through.
Mariella, you seem quite stealthy yourself, as a token of your trust, our trust in you. Perhaps you could acquire this necklace for us, and we can move on with our lives.
Sorry, one sec. She says, sorry, I was looking at something else. You suggested that she go get the necklace on her own.
Yeah.
Um, she says, I mean, I could try, but I feel a lot safer having a group of people. I'm not sure exactly what that Held no creature is. Could be something easy to fight, could be something a lot more dangerous. But if any of the castives, get away and escape, my presence here would be jeopardized.
I think our best course of action would be to find our way onto the upper floor of that room and then crash the pipes as a distraction. And then attack while everyone's in chaos.
Marilla says, even if we get to the upper floor and it's not suitable for an ambush or something, at least knowing where that leads means we could use it as an escape route if needed.
So those stairs in the fish people room that leads like right there.
Uh, they said,
From what I can tell, you mean like the ladder where we met the Sahagwin?
Yeah.
I think that would lead, like, if my math is right on the map, it would lead like down here.
uh, based on Lilavati's movement throughout these rooms, that seems accurate.
So how do you propose that we get there? Are we trying to get there sight unseen, or like you said, uh, guns blaze? I don't know what a gun is. Blazing,
Wands blazing.
wands blazing. I could get us in there, assuming the role of my brother again. I mean,
Well,
but
what is if our objective is if our only objective is to get this necklace, the thing we have to answer is what are we going to do with everyone else that's in here working for the castives?
They don't seem to be,
You're muted again, Taylor.
My bad. I think that there's a very good chance that Heldenoshi is by far the most powerful being working here. And if we manage to catch Heldenoshi by surprise and defeat it, then we may establish ourselves as the apex predators here. Just a thought.
I'd agree.
how would we catch them by surprise?
I'm not too sure on the details, but with your charisma and perhaps a little bit of magic, we might be able to fool them or lure the others away.
It'd be a two-pronged approach. If the rest of us can get onto the upper floor, lob disguised to as one bit of the distraction, couple that with Core starting his chain reaction, there'd be a lot of things for them to keep track of.
I think Heldenoshi is going to be quite distraught upon seeing his arcane mechanism being destroyed. I keep forgetting the gender of Feldenoshi.
It's her.
She.
Perhaps we should take a look around the upper floors first. See if we can even get access to that upper room.
There was a stairwell, right, Chris?
Yes, in the room with Feldenoshi. If that's what you're asking about.
Yeah.
Mariella says, more knowledge of this place can only help us.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Love, were you not disguised as someone from your family that they trusted at
No,
one
they
point?
don't know what it looks like. I vaguely
Hmm.
resemble him. I mean, our family shares, aside from mother, um, similar features. So I passed off as him.
I see.
Although I could make
So
myself
would it,
look like him, but it would be counterproductive at this point.
if you pass as him, then there's no point. But would it not be possible to simply walk in under the guise of your entourage?
Yes, it would. They would probably ask why I'm back. I said I was leaving, so I mean, there's that, but I could say that I saw something that I didn't like or something and tell them to go fix it or something. Perhaps we blow up that room and I'll
Indeed,
be
and
furious at it.
demand that demand that everyone go fix it, except the woman in question, who we must have a conversation with in private to discuss her crimes or her failings.
Maybe we could blame her for what Core is about to do.
Oh, this is and and claim to have evidence.
Can we actually back up those claims, or are those just...
We don't need to. We have a castiff.
Well, it could allow us to remove Heldenoshi from her surroundings and her allies.
Indeed.
I mean, if she's in still where Love described she was, and you destroy these pillars in the chambers underneath, wouldn't she fall down into that chamber below? Well, she could
That's a
be on
good
a.
point.
We'll need to make sure maybe she's not on a P break or something, but
I didn't know
Thank
that as a
you,
player. I
DM.
have I have no idea where the like because I wasn't here last week. I have no idea where any of this stuff is.
fair.
I didn't realize that the entire room would collapse. I just thought that the doohickey would be destroyed.
It is the they are they are pillars, or no?
I mean, it's a pretty decently sized room. And there are four pillars kind of near the edges of each room. And you had done a check to see that like destroying each of the pillars would cause the ceiling to cave in.
Right.
And like the apparatus you're trying to destroy does fill most of the room on this floor. They
So
are
what we
on now.
could do is bring her down there, or we could go up there, blow it up, and be there when it happens. But we could be injured. Assuming she's there, it might be safer to go down there, blow her up, and confront her. Then we wouldn't need to worry about all these risks.
It'd be kind of difficult to maneuver if we destroy the room and we're on the bottom floor.
You're right.
The door might get blocked.
Would, could perhaps present a flooding issue as But that wouldn't matter because I got these, of course. Taylor muted.
We have bitter hogweed and magic.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Perhaps we are away from the room, and Core does his magic, and then we rush back under the premise of what the fuck is happening. I've heard this thing. What's going on? Explain to me.
My only concern is that I probably shouldn't be seen by anyone else when I do summon the spear back because someone might put together, oh hey, this guy just pulled the spear out of nowhere and all of a sudden this room is destroyed.
No, we would do this before we enter the area again,
I see. I see.
and take advantage of the chaos as means for our return. If we decide to do that.
So what's the play here? Blow up the room and I get agitated. Then what? If we were down there and blew it up and she fell, she would be injured. And hopefully isolated? I don't know. There's a lot of risks here. I don't know.
We could try to
That is
lure out. Sorry. We could try to lure out Emma and starts with a K. The other person who was there
There's
beforehand.
the only 3 people that are here. That you could tell. Love.
Oh, there were more. There were people just throughout the various rooms I walked to get there. They don't necessarily seem like threats, however. They seem like they're just doing jobs. That doesn't mean they won't become threats, but they just seem like just working.
I like the idea of possibly injuring her with the explosion. I just propose that we wait to enter the room until after the explosion takes place.
It's fair.
To avoid the possible injury. That is what I propose that we do. But of course, this is a discussion.
After exploding the room, if she falls down, we could perhaps have been en route to that room to make sure it's operating efficiently. That could be something I was doing. Could be suspicious, but I mean, if they messed up, I know if I messed up in such a catastrophic way, I think that they would be less defensive and more apologetic. I don't know them though, so. So we blow it up. We're close down there, maybe in the jail cell. Maybe we're here. Maybe we're here. We go through.
Maybe we're
Yes.
on the balcony if there is one.
You know, the thing I said
Indeed.
like 3 times? Trying to investigate the upper floors?
What do you
Yeah.
mean
Who
by
said that?
upper floors?
Who's talking? Is someone talking?
What do you mean by upper floors?
Floor above this one? There's a chance there may be another way into the room. Upstairs.
I was also going to say that we've found so many things that we can use to our advantage, but we haven't really explored everything yet.
Then let's go. That, that's what people want to do. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
I'm not saying we have to do that. I just, I think our plan that we have now is solid. think I think we can defeat Elden but uh, I'm just saying things as they come to me. I'm not.
I didn't mean toward you, Sokoven. I'm just saying, Levati, you seem keen on exploring, but I don't know how far this guy is going to last. The more people we encounter, the more risk we run. I'm fine with exploring. We could encounter more boons or more dangers.
I mean, you mentioned disguising yourself. What if you disguise yourself as someone else, not a castiff, in case we run into more castiffs?
Why would we run into more castiffs?
I mean, like I said,
Didn't
we
you
haven't.
just say
Yeah, I thought that's
we
what
would
you
run
were
into more
implying.
people?
It's only castiffs that would care who you are, right? At least down here.
Sure.
Love, did you mean I thought you meant dangers, not just necessarily castives, but any kind of danger.
Any kind of danger, we don't know.
That's the thing, we
And
don't know.
also, the more people. Then let's go. Let's go upstairs. DM really wants us to explore. Let's go.
Mariella really wants you to explore because she follows an order of knowledge.
I'm going upstairs. Let's go.
Right? Have do y'all know a way upstairs? Because I came down through pipes, but I don't think that's gonna work for everyone.
We do know the way
It won't
upstairs.
work for me.
I would like to finally use this hidden wall, please.
That's a hidden wall. There's no hidden wall right here. Or
Ah,
hidden
damn.
door. Gotta go around.
Zoom in.
It looks like somebody locked this door, so I'll go ahead and pop it open. Oh,
Oh, that's a different staircase? Son of a bitch.
correct.
Maybe that leads into the treasure room.
Takari, you coming?
Yeah, when I'm trying to move on Foundry, it's been lagging for me all night, and so it just you might have to sometimes move like
Okay,
Takara. I'm trying.
sure. Okay. Oh, well, y'all are going upstairs anyway. All right, give me 1 second. All right, wait. Before you do much moving around on the next floor, let me arrange a few things.
Can you remove Mozilla, Chris?
Yep. Oh, and I need to move Marielle up there. Where is she? There we go. All right. So you go up here. Yeah, so you return to this sort of armory room, but you faintly hear from the room beyond muttering. Sounds like several voices muttering.
I'm gonna put the synth weave. Put the hood up.
Cool. Mariella says, "Oh, how'd y'all get in here? When I came by, that door was locked pretty well."
One of us picked the lock.
One of you? She raises an eyebrow and glances at each member of the party.
Doesn't matter. We got in.
It's not an easy lock. Anyway, lead the way. Alright, so Love, as you approach the doorway, the muttering that you hear in the next room gets louder, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. You get like this intense headache for a second, but you kind of shake it off.
It seemed like what am I hearing?
It's just lots of different kind of voices, kind of low in volume, and it's hard to make out any specific words, but they're all coming at once.
Is it chanting or just talking?
A little bit of both. Like, it's hard to make sense of it. And the more you focus on it, the more kind of disoriented you get. But you're still like, kind of able to shake off the
Does it
effect.
seem like a spell?
Make a Arcana check. Going to pop into Whisper. Hey, so you recognize this incoherent babbling as you recognize it as a creature coming from a creature known as a gibbering mouther.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're kind of cutting out. What'd you say?
You recognize this incoherent babbling as something reported to come from a creature known as a gibbering mouther, a terrible abomination of flesh and mouths and eyeballs and tentacles. And you spotted some when you were swimming down towards this place. I don't remember if you were there for that session or not, but the you were able to, or Takara created a cloud of fog and you were able to escape the creatures. But it sounds like there's one in that next room.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Let me see.
There's a danger in the next room. I'm covering my ears. Does it help?
Yes.
Okay. Cover your ears.
I do that.
I cover my ears.
Okay.
I do it.
There's a foul creature in the next room.
What?
There. I cast message. There's a foul creature in the next room.
Does well, let's see. Message has a somatic component, which means you need to use your hands as part of casting it. So you,
Yeah,
I mean, you can
drop
take it. You can take it off for a second, and then cover your ears again before you're.
I motion everyone back toward the stairwell.
Okay.
hightail it out of there. Also, Joe, when you re-entered the room, your video turned off.
Thank you. The creature in the next room is dangerous. I don't know of any other way out besides through there, out of this temple. Guess we can cross that bridge when we get there, but either we face this threat now or as we're fleeing for our lives, so. Or not at all, perhaps. Assuming we level up. Yeah, who knows? The possibilities are endless.
What type of creature is it?
It's called a blithering gibber. It can affect your brain with its speech. Oh, and it's this fleshy thing. It's disgusting. We saw it on the way in. On the way to the temple.
Oh,
As
Was
we were
that
coming down.
those things we
Chris? That
spoke
Yes.
Yeah.
from.
The gibbering something.
Gibbering
Gibbering
mouther.
gibbet?
It's a gibbering mouther. I thought
You
the
are
name
making
that
that.
I came up with was much better.
Yeah, it's like you are making that name up. That is not the name of a real thing.
Yes, but it was better, arguably.
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a good name.
Do you know?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm not arguing. There's no
Thank you
argument. I
very
think
much.
it is better. Clearly,
And
it's,
for that, you might get a spell. You might get a spell from me. All right.
gold star, perhaps.
we could not deal with this now. I for one don't want to deal with this at all.
I don't think that's an option if we ever have to leave this place.
I mean, I said that first, but okay.
Then what?
That's a point. It's a point. So, what should we do? Mary Ellen, will we need to face this creature, or do you have another way out of here?
She says, I came through that same entrance. She pulls out her crossbow and like she has a little hand crossbow or two of them. She pulls out one and like loads a bolt and says, "Sometimes the only way through is through." But if you know
I
a way
like the way
around
she
it,
thinks. I say we just kill it.
Was there only one? Do we know?
make an intelligence check, unless somebody remembers.
Well, I remember when we came in, there were two.
That's the information I would have given. So you saw two on your way in. That's the information you have.
It would be safe then to say that there are at least two.
Oof.
Big oof. But you open the door, poke your head in, shoot a fireball, close the door.
I don't have unlimited fireballs.
No, I don't. I don't actually think you should use a fireball. I just mean maybe we can throw something, do something.
I heard some mighty warriors recently acquired some ranged weaponry, but one of them seems to be out of commission right now. So,
Oh, that is the spear you used. Oh. Now I understand. Takara takes out her javelin, and is looking at it again to remember what it does because it's been like over a month.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Core, was the weapon that you lodged in the pillar the javelin of lightning?
It was.
So you won't have access to that for this fight.
I mean, I could, but
It would ruin our plan.
exactly.
Here's the thing. Okay.
We're going to have to fight something eventually. Though we should prioritize what we want to fight first.
My thought was to focus on the creature holding the necklace, but I mean, we may have to encounter these creatures on our way out, so it just doesn't seem like the thing we need to be focusing on right now. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Since we seem to keep looking for things to complicate the situation, I just thought that maybe if we attack these gibbering mouthfuls, or whatever they're called, they might. Do they have masters? And if so, could they be alerted? Are these creatures intelligent enough to do such a thing?
We don't know.
Well,
Well, whatever we do, we should do it.
Would you like to vote?
I'm just not a fan of having our only exit being blocked off.
Especially if we're trying to get away. as
Can't we
quickly as
just run past
possible.
them? It's a small room.
Well, didn't you have difficulty just even getting near them?
Cover your ears. Takara, you are our leader. You make the final choice.
Well, that is true, clearly. Leaders do not always make commands.
Yes, but you should.
Let's put it to a vote. That's my command.
Fair enough.
I vote we deal with it now.
In favor.
In favor.
I look love right in the eyes.
I'm not picking up.
Against.
Okay. I think we should focus on getting that necklace because we don't know if and how we're getting out. Seems like the only way out, but we don't know what's in that room.
Which room?
The
necklace room?
I'm talking about the room with the big bad.
Oh.
The mighty dominatrix.
For all we know, pulling that lightning out could jeopardize the integrity of this entire place. I don't know.
It is possible, but it is also possible it doesn't, and we have to leave this way, pursued.
Right.
I am confident that we as a group, can destroy these blubbering fuckers. So that is why I voted that way, because I think we can do it now and it makes our passage safer for a possible later exit.
I think we can. I think it'll weaken us.
It will.
I'm going to do whatever you decide, Takara, but my vote is against.
Understood. So, Coven?
I've I've said that I am against, for essentially the same reasons, but it seems as though we are in a majority to dispatch them.
Well, we are not quite yet. And I turn to our new friend.
Oh, I mean, if you're giving me a vote, guess I'm in favor.
It's not a tie.
Disappointing.
If it was a tie, we would have played rock, paper, scissors to the death. To the death.
Loser gets sacrificed to the genie downstairs.
Open the door and just throw them. Well, are we ready?
We should just do it and then wish for more wishes and then use a wish to bring that person back.
I don't.
Okay, let's put it to a vote.
Hold on, what's this about a genie?
We'll get there.
Oh,
when we
this
get
is. It's a proverb. Yeah, it's, the theoretical question, like, what came first, the
How's that?
chicken or the egg?
And your answer is the genie?
Nothing. Nothing is out of character.
Anyway, tell me about it after we kill these mouthers.
All right, can we kill this Kirby in mouthful mode already?
It used the down B. What a bitch. Cop out move.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Almost as bad as Pikachu's.
leading the charge.
Not I. Nose goes.
I'm only using cantrips for this fight, you fuckers.
What else is new?
Wait, here's a question. Aren't we going to need to keep our ears plugged while we attack this thing? How's that going to work?
It's not.
We may have to just hope.
Do we have anything that we can shove in our ears?
Yes, Tara, let's get some cloth and
I have paper.
Chris, what did Odysseus use in the Odyssey? Was that wax and something?
I think so. Wax.
It was.
And you know where wax comes from?
No.
jiggling mouthers.
Handles.
Oh,
I actually have sealing wax in my inventory and also soap.
Nice.
Fucking soap. What?
I shoved the soap up my bum.
That is what you do with a mouth that is
Well, something
profane.
is supposed to go up your bum, but it's not the soap. But the soap is involved.
It's involved somehow.
Is it Takara's portable battering ram? Or
Yes. Alright. This has been thoroughly derailed.
yes, completely
this is
derailed.
mission.
I'm gonna take out a torch and burn some of my sealing wax.
I can't tell if Kevin's just mad at me or what. I have rope, but I'm not putting that
For
in
all of
my
us
ear.
to find out, especially me.
Find out next time.
Well, I mean, I was kind of about to ask, do y'all want to do this fight tonight, or we can save it for next time? Either way
How long
works
is this
for me.
gonna take,
So
Chris?
long. I want to
I
at
mean,
least start initiative.
Let's
you
see, how
know,
long did it take for us to decide to fight this thing?
look, as far as I'm concerned, making plans is playing D&D, so I enjoy all of that.
Well, then we have been playing this whole session,
Yep,
but I love it. I love it.
me too. Yeah, I don't know. You know how D&D fights go. Could be 20 minutes, could be 2 hours.
Well, which one is it? You tell us.
Only
I-
2 enemies, guys. I mean, we got this.
It doesn't depend on the enemy. It
Depends on
depends
how many
on the
cantrips you
dice
cast.
rolls, basically. Yeah.
It does. All right, Takara opens the door and throws her light. No.
Do you only get one use of that?
Per day. Okay, actually, that's a good question. Liam, the way you like
What's up?
summoning it, that's a you thing. That's not an item thing.
Yeah, no, that is a class feature.
Okay. As I was looking, I was like, I don't know. It doesn't say that. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Is wait.
I saw a car run a red light today too.
Is
I
magic
saw a car run a
circle
red light today too,
a sorcerer's
but they did
spell?
not get caught by the police.
Chris.
Sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
He's telling Amanda right now. Can you believe these guys?
What?
Talking 20 minutes about if they want to fight these blibbering blabbers. They're the blibbering
Watch,
blabbers.
we're gonna kill him in 2 seconds. We're gonna kill him
That's
in
what
2
he's
seconds.
saying.
To answer your
Yeah.
question, Joe, it is not.
It's not.
What does Magic Circle do?
Save it. It just, I think it makes this like little area that keeps creatures that you don't like out. Certain creatures.
Sorry, I'm back.
It says choose a creature of a following list. The creature cannot willingly enter the circle by non-magical means.
We're
If
gonna
it tries
read
to
all
use
this stuff.
teleportation and
It's a long description,
inner
guys.
travel.
Strap in.
Yeah. So they can't move in by non-magical means, and if they try to use magical means, they need to make a charisma saving throw.
What are you talking about?
A spell that I can't use right now.
An anti-sea bear circle.
Indeed. Just don't wear your hat in a goofy fashion. You'll be fine.
Are we all wearing anti-Cybernaut undergarments?
All right. I want to prepare. No, I don't. I want to prepare Glyph of Warding for a Blade Ward. I mean, for when the door is opened. It's not gonna do anything, but I just want to do it
Okay.
because I never use that spell.
Okay. Um,
So are we doing this tonight or what?
it's up to y'all.
Gentlemen's? I don't have a say in this because I'm 2 hours behind.
Let me ask you this, Chris. If we start, do we have to finish?
I guess not. We can set like if we want to stop at like 12:30 or something like that. That could work. Just someone needs to remind me when we get to that time because I'm not gonna notice.
I'll
And what-
probably just fall. Like I'll just go to sleep right here on the chair, and then you'll know.
Just type BRB.
I'll do that, and I'll go. The sofa's right here, so I just climb up.
Sweet.
All right, let's say we'll play till 12:30, and maybe like finish the round or whatever. See where it goes. Does that work for everyone?
Sounds good.
Cool. So who's leading the charge? Actually, put yourself wherever you want in this room, and then we'll just roll initiative and do it in turn order.
Oh, well then, if we're doing initiative, then. Oh, baby.
Do I want to cast haste? No.
I would say in this room, though.
Oh, in this room?
Sorry, no, in this room. Pick a spot in this room, and that's where you'll be when we roll initiative. Oh.
Okay.
Core, did you move there because you wanted to be first at the door, or no?
I'm fine with you going first. I just wanted to be close by.
Am I on top of weapons right now?
I mean, there's space to stand there.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Wait,
sort up the butt.
doors right here?
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rip up some cloth and just put on my ears. See if that
Yeah.
does anything.
Mario will do the same.
I don't have cloth. Can I have some cloth?
Yeah, what
May
do
I
I
have some
have?
cloth, please? These are very fine robes.
Make a persuasion check.
The silkiest. It's Egyptian cotton.
I'd like to tear up one of my common clothes and stuff them in my ears.
Who am I trying to
Yeah.
persuade?
Mariella. I thought that's who you were talking
I
to.
don't know. I was asking Wolavati.
Oh, okay.
That's still a persuasion check, clearly.
Okay, well, Mariella says, rich kids all the same, and hands you a part of her cloak that she tore off.
Does my
Bless you.
wax thing work?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Stokova's just going to be deaf for the rest of the day.
I pour hot wax in my ears.
That's what they call a hot willy.
Ew.
People do that. People do that, and then they like pull it out, and it's like, oh, waxy.
Takara, are you
thing,
doing
YouTube
anything or
it.
just going in there?
I'm not going to.
CTO.
I'm sorry, Chris, what was your question?
Are you gonna do anything to protect your ears like the others?
Yeah.
She's got fur.
I mean, that doesn't block her ears.
Yeah, I'll just rip some fur out and stuff it. No, I'm going to do the same. Actually, do I even have? I do. Court, surely you didn't use every scrap of the whole thing of clothes that you just ripped up, yeah?
No, of course not. Here, you can have this other half. You can have my left half.
Well, thank you so much. I've always been more of a lefty anyway. Ooh, that sounded like a nice bottle. Little boom. It's a good sound.
Alright, so Takara, you got ear protection?
I'm a cloth-eared idiot, which is an actual British insult, I think.
Alright, in that case, we can be in combat, and if everyone wants to go to the combat tab and roll their initiative, and we can go to...
Oh, Lord. Here goes.
Yes!
Nice.
Oh, my
Perfect!
Perfect.
Perfect.
Negative 0.930.
Negative 0.93. I'll have to.
I move slower than time itself.
That's almost the max initiative that I can roll.
Alrighty.
I thought they were breaching the doors. I moved.
I didn't fall asleep.
Nice. Alright,
Oh, initiative.
yes. Click that
It's
button.
okay, you'll do better than me.
Yes, I will.
In fact, you did.
Negative 23, how did that happen?
Alright, Lav, you're up first. What do you do?
Are we all ready?
Everyone
I
does
cast
initiative.
Whisper. Okay. I was gonna open the door with Mage Hand. I will hold. I will move here. Does she have a crossbow?
She has 2 crossbows, one in each hand.
Okay. Um, I kind of pantomime that she can put them on my shoulders and launch if she needs to. And then I turn. Is the door open?
Yes.
No. Yes. We don't see anything?
Not yet. You do hear the
And-
whispers though. Well, no, you don't get your ears are clogged up. But you would if they weren't.
Okay. I
Spoilers.
will prepare an arcane dart for when I see one of those beasties. That's it.
Alright.
I don't see the turn thing. Should I be pressing buttons?
I ended your turn for you. The So Takara, as you kind of approach and look into this next room, you notice a lot of the stone around here. Something seems off about it. Like it's got a strange texture to it. And suddenly the stone begins to like moving in very slight ripples, and you see the creature move into view. And as it does so, more of the stone, including some in this room where you're standing, begins to ripple as well, and you feel your feet begin to slightly sink into the stone. Only Takara's space, and it's within 10 feet of the creature that this is affecting. So actually, I think I can. Yeah. But its largest mouth turns and faces all of you, although it's got all these other mouths all over it and this pools of flesh all around it. Let's see. And its mouths are like opening and closing rapidly, and there's like 5 different tongues inside, all kind of moving around. And then it closes the mouth for a second, and like the flesh around it kind of bubbles and expands and contracts, and then it opens the mouth as it spits a chemical blob towards you. And I need Takara and Core to make dex saves.
Are we supposed to be seeing this thing?
Oh wait, sorry. There it is.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Dex saves, you say?
Dex save. You say.
Would this happen to be a dex save to avoid losing my footing?
No, it is not that.
Damn it.
Core, you managed to shield yourself as some of the spittle like flies up into your arms, but Takara, it goes directly covering your eyes, and you are blinded. Where is this? And then can I? Do I? There you go. Think. You can't see anything now, right?
Correct.
Cool. And Takara, it's your turn. At the start of your turn, you feel your feet like are not any longer on solid ground. It feels like you're sinking into dough. I need you to make a strength saving throw. The dough starts to like go up around your foot, but you're able to pull your feet out by holding onto the door frame that is there, but you can't really see, and you pull yourself out, and now you're kind of standing. It still feels weird, but you at least have your footing for this turn. What do you do?
Does my arrow launch now?
Oh, right, yeah, sorry, go ahead, do that.
Swaddle. I mean, my dart.
Nice. Fire off, and chunks of flesh burst off of the creature as like 7 different voices scream in pain.
I can't see its health bar.
I can fix
Did I
that.
damage it a lot? Not at all.
Can I?
It's just covered by
Yeah. There's a way to unstick it from the grid. There we go.
Okay. Thank you. Cool. Thanks. That's it.
All right, so Takara, you're up. You cannot see or hear. Very unsettling.
Just Helen Keller reincarnated as a goat.
Put that
I
as a
will-
subtitle for our campaign.
Yep.
An episode
Sold
title.
immediately.
Picked up by Amazon.
Even worse.
I'm sorry. I keep accidentally closing my fucking character sheet because I don't have it popped out, but I will fix that right now. Popped out. Okay. Wow. I didn't want to do this. So, could I? I'm a little unsure of this. If I cast a spell, can I still cast a spell as a bonus action later, or can I only cast one spell per turn?
If you cast a spell as a bonus action, you cannot cast a spell as your action.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Okay.
Wasn't there a cantrip or something?
You can cast a cantrip, but paladins don't have cantrips.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I have one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shocking grasp.
Yeah. And a lot of spells specify that you have to see a target if it's not casting on yourself. So.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
That'll do it. So you spend your action, and how do you cast the spell? What do you do?
I need to read the actual. Does this require? Does this have like items? I can't tell. I will just like being blinded. Takara kind of reels and just goes, "Fuck," and then says some words, some imbued with some divine essence, and kind of like wipes her hand over her face to get rid of the blindness.
Mm-hmm. And as you do so, you feel the fleshy bits get suctioned off of your eyeballs. Not painful, just very strange feeling. And you can see again. However, that was your action.
Okay. I'm gonna get out of the way. Oh fuck, he's like right there, huh? Damn it. I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
And for my bonus action, because fuck it, I'll just use Shocking Grasp.
Shocking Grasp is an action to cast, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I thought it was a bonus action. Oh, I was getting it confused with cantrip. Yeah. It's a cantrip, but it is an action.
Yes.
So never mind. I won't do that.
Cool.
Yeah, it is. It is an action.
So let me do something real quick. There you go. Oh, sorry, and you should see this as well when you come over there.
Right. Oh.
So that pink area is the weird stonework.
I will shout. I guess as a bonus action, I will shout very loudly. There's a second one in this other room.
Did anyone hear that?
Perception checks.
Just imagine I shouted. I'm just not going to shout
Sure.
because
You'll need a 10 to hear it.
I would like that to count as a 10.
Are you proficient in perception? I guess
I believe so.
Well,
Yes, I am.
Wait, well, if then nobody fell. Or well, if you're bursting it, then yeah, you get it. Okay, sure, you hear it.
Oh,
All right. So that's Takara's turn. If you want to hit end turn, if you're done, should be at the bottom. There you go. Sarkovan, you're up.
I walk here. Um, hmm. I'm gonna walk here on the diagonal, place my hand on core,
Mm-hmm.
and as a bonus action, I will cast Spark, which will give him a 1d8. And then as my main action, we just said that we could do this, right? I was going to use a cantrip, Vicious Mockery.
Sorry, what was the question?
I can use a cantrip and a spell in the same turn,
If
assuming
if the spell is
assuming
a
this.
bonus action, then yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay. So that is what I do. Actually, I have to walk here.
Cool.
To target the jabbering Jew, and that will be. He's got to pass this DC 16 Wisdom check.
Cool. Rolls a 3. Nice.
Just like that, he took some damage and he has a disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Cool.
And also, I spend movement to walk back up.
Okay. Oh, one thing I should say is the pink area is difficult terrain as well.
Okay, so I started here.
Yeah, I think you have enough.
Okay. All right.
Um.
That is my turn.
Cool.
So
You want to
I
hit
can go
end
ahead
turn
and
on
hit
that?
that.
All right. So Mariella's up. She'll fire her crossbows at it.
real quick, Chris, if that was difficult terrain, then I couldn't have moved there. I would have moved here.
Sure. And
I can still see the thing though that I shouted out.
yeah.
Just FYI.
Oh, and then she deals. What? Nice. Yes, she fires 2 bolts, one of which sinks into the creature's, goes straight into its gullet of that large mouth in the middle. The other one's up. This one moves up here. And on its way, it'll fire the spittle at Takara, so I need you to make a dex save. So does the other mouther.
I did this to myself.
And you are blinded again. There is blind. And then it will bite you with advantage because you can't see it.
Good.
Misses. And hits. Dealing 20 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And you must make a strength saving throw.
Stop.
As the creature okay, you're fine. this mass of flesh body slams onto you, and you just feel dozens of little mouths chewing your skin at all different locations. But you're able to push it off before it can completely envelop you. Lil Vati is up.
Okay. Okay. I am going to cast old bread and butter, Scorching Ray.
Mm-hmm.
One at the one in front, two and the one in the back.
Cool.
Want to re-roll the second dice. So it takes 2 extra damage.
Yep. Okay, baby sweet.
I'm also gonna re-roll the second one.
Probably on 12:30, so like 20 more minutes.
Takes 3 extra damage.
That's on the back one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one.
Wait,
Was
Oh, whoops.
4 and a 1, so add additional 5.
Alright, I think that should put it at the right amount. Yeah, okay. Cool.
That's it. Actually, kind of move over a bit more.
You got the end turn button on the combat tab?
Yeah. There it is.
Cool. Corey, you're up.
All right. I draw out my long sword and make my way downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna attack this guy. How do you target?
Alt click
Alt click. Okay.
or right click and then click this target icon.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
How do you want to do this?
Gotcha, bitch.
As I'm running up, I am basically not even caring about this goopy floor that I have to get through. I leap up, do a diagonal slice down, and just watch as its body splits into two.
You see it screaming terribly as the flesh just puddles onto the ground and soaks into the ground and vanishes as the stone returns back to, well, some of the stone returns back to normal, but the other one still needs to be dealt with.
Okay, so it's since I attack twice because of my feature, right?
Yeah.
Am I able to move up to the second one and then do the second attack, or does
Yep.
it have to be one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can mix it up.
I should have enough, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 30 feet of total movement to get there.
Alright, and then I attack this dude.
Liam, did you take Greatsword Mastery?
I did not.
Okay.
Alright. And that will be all for me.
Love, you're up.
It's gonna cast haste, but I think that would be a waste. So I'm going to cantrip this motherfucker.
Nice.
Oh. Should I do another one? Okay. No, I can't. No. 2 sorcery points. I don't want to spend 2 sorcery points. We're gonna take a long rest after this. Do I get sorcery points back for a long rest or short rest, Chris?
Long rest.
Long rest. I don't know. Let's put 2 sorcery points on this guy. I'm done.
Cool. Takara, you're up.
All
No,
right.
you can't see.
I cannot. However, I've been attacked by this bastard, and Takara is fucking pissed that she's been blinded twice. And so she's just gonna swing. Just gonna swing at it.
Okay. Which space are you targeting?
What was that?
What location on the map are you targeting? Click and hold.
The spot that was where I got attacked from, which was right here.
Alright, well, if it's still there, you might hit it. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Yeah,
This can only end well.
Oh no.
I think so.
Oh no.
Explain to me why I keep fucking closing my character sheet like an idiot. Explain to me.
Are you popping it out?
Look deep
Yes, I
within
am.
yourself and you will find
Interesting.
it.
I am popping it out. However,
But are you popping off? Is the other question.
I am. Can I attack without targeting something? Hold on.
Yeah, just click the attack button in the chat.
Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm fucking stupid.
So a 15 will hit. You find purchase on the fleshy mound. For 5 points of slashing damage.
Good old
And-
fleshy mounds.
I'm assuming Takara can tell that the sword made impact.
Right.
So she'll swing again.
Okay. Roll again. Still
Am
with
I at
disadvantage.
disadvantages?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's like you don't.
I still don't see.
Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
An 8 does not hit. You swing again and find empty air. Oh, also,
Cool.
well, actually, it doesn't matter. Well, for the fun of it, make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You managed to keep from sinking into the fleshy ground.
Nice.
Is that your turn?
Yes, it is. Let me.
All right, Starkoven, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna move down. That's 5 feet. And if I go here, that's too much. Let me see something really quick. If I do something, if I try to give somebody bardic inspiration, there's a chance they don't hear it because we're all deaf.
Yeah.
Alright, well, as boring as this is, I'm gonna move 5 feet here and 10 feet here, 20 feet here,
Mhm.
and then I will simply call this creature the most ugly thing I've ever seen in my life. It must make a DC 16 saving throw. Wisdom.
Roll is a 15, so it fails.
Did it deal damage or no?
Wait. Oh, it rolled it again. Sorry. There we go.
And also it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Yep. Cool.
I didn't do much, but it's an honest job.
All right. Mariella's up. She's going to fire her crossbow. Hits. And fire her other crossbow. Ooh, big rolls. Not quite enough to finish it though. The creature is up. It's going to attack Core, but the first attack has disadvantage. So it misses. And then the second attack is normal. Misses as well. So Core, these mouths are just going after you, but using your shield, you're able to like push it back and stop it. Lilovati, you're up.
I'm gonna move over here. Is Core hurt? I can't tell.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to use my staff to use its ability. I'm gonna cast Burning Hands towards Sorkovan and Tokara.
Okay.
How do you rotate this?
Mouse wheel?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, do not take damage.
Alright, so they both heal 12?
Yes.
Yes, both y'all regain 12 hit points.
Thank you.
Full action. How do I get rid of it?
Hmm?
Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to move out.
Did you get like did you get experience for that already, or I don't remember how that works.
That's when I get a short rest.
Gotcha. That your turn?
Yes.
Alright, Core, you're up.
Alrighty, I go after this thing with my longsword.
Cool. How do you want to do this?
Looking at this thing's just ugly, ugly face says, I slash each, oh geez, I slash each of its mini heads clean off, and then with its final head, I just go swing, swing, and just cut it into thirds.
Nice. And all these little tiny meat chunks fall to the ground, and you feel the stone beneath your feet return to normal as the creature is no more. Cool. 12:30, and you'll finish it off. So I think that's a
Nice.
good stopping point. Hope y'all took lots of good notes this session about all the things you plan to do, so we don't forget those for next
Am I
time.
still blinded?
No, it would have faded. It fades at the end of the creature's turn, so it would have faded at
Oh,
the end of its last turn.
sweet.
Yeah.
Are we scheduled to play tomorrow? I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I have other plans. I have a city to save from Avernus. James is ready to send it to Avernus for me and some friends. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time on The Secret Stewards.